Now, what exactly is Dennis Smith Jr.? And this will be volume 3, as last time we looked at Dennis Smith Jr. in year 1, in which he only played 20 games before getting hurt. And then in year 2, during the summer, before the season had actually started, he got in much better shape so he can improve his defensive skill sets. And then he worked on his jump shot. He actually changed his whole jumper. And that was in Fizdale's second year, as they had a lot of hopes for DSJ. But when the year started, he started off with a back injury, and then he had some trouble in his personal life. He had a family member pass away, and he spent most of the season with nagging injuries, and he only appeared in about 34 games. Now, the reason why I named this series What Exactly is Dennis Smith Jr. is because he's approaching his final year on his rookie deal, and we still have yet to know his identity. And in last season, he actually had probably his worst season, even though he had nagging injuries. Even his free throw percentage even dropped. He shot about 50% last season, even though he started off his career hovering around 70%. His decision making is still off. Defensively, he's not really there, and his shooting isn't consistent enough for him to even be a shooting guard. But then again, he doesn't even penetrate and make smart enough decisions to even be a point guard. So where exactly does he fit? Because you could look at our roster the past 2 seasons, we didn't even have that much competition to get the starting position at point guard, but yet with 2 head coaches, Dennis Smith Jr. still didn't get a lot of playing time above some other guys at point guard. So entering his final season on his rookie deal, I'm wondering with the Knicks offseason plans, if they spend money on free agency getting a point guard or just drafting a point guard. And when you factor in the season potentially being limited because of the pandemic, he's gonna have a limited amount of time to actually prove his worth. So he's gonna have to come in off rip with an improved jump shot, especially in great shape, so he could play both ends of the court. And on top of all that, he's gonna have to come in injury free. All these nagging injuries, it's gonna have to be on a very limited basis this season, because once again, his window is very narrow. I feel bad for DSJ because you look at in Dallas, they kind of gave up on him because they got that Luka experience. So you already know how that goes. But then in New York, it's been 2 seasons of just injuries, coaching changes. He has yet still to find his footing. So I don't know where this is gonna go with DSJ. It's crazy. I didn't expect in year 3 to be saying still, what is Dennis Smith Jr.'s identity? And I'm wondering if the Knicks management and coaching staff is still wondering the same thing, because we're about to see how heavily they're gonna invest in a point guard. If they're gonna spend money during the offseason or they're gonna invest their draft pick into a point guard. So we'll begin to start to see if this could be the beginning of DSJ no longer being part of the future of the Knicks guard rotation.